Good morning, good morning. How we doing? Holy London sell-off. Yeah, that was London consolidated for most of the session, and then all of a sudden Trump started tweeting, saying crap this morning, and oil went crazy. I mean, for most of the session, this was it. This was, let's see, I'll go to the hourly. Like it was just, this was London right here. Just right there, and then all of a sudden, boom, Trump started saying some stuff and talking about handing over the Strait of Hormuz to people, and just set off a shitstorm. He just tweeted something else. What did he say? Just random stuff. %90 win rate this morning. Yeah, it's definitely helpful, man. I've been in here every day for 2 weeks. I deserve an account at this point. Is that how you think this works? PPI made the market go down. Trump saying stuff is what initially sparked this sell-off at the beginning, and then PPI came in. Most of this, I'm watching oil in conjunction with this. Every time oil spikes, we're dumping here in NQ. So I think a lot of this is centering around stuff going on with the Strait of Hormuz right now, and Trump not talking, but he keeps tweeting. Yeah, I have, Chris. Yep. Recovered most of it in February, and then have been cleaning up a little. I don't want to jinx it, but I've been doing very well this month so far. That stream looks super bright. I got my blinds open right now. Can't tell if I look too bright. In your position at 3 a.m. when I was feeding my baby and woke up on a good 7K. Dang. What time did you take those trades yesterday? Right around lunchtime, I think. Just prior to lunchtime, somewhere around there. I can't remember. I've taken 2 trades today so far. I got in on this short. I was up 300, got greedy, and got stopped out right here. I'm up only like $80 now, so got a little greedy, and I had a really tight stop, so it's okay. Is that TradingView? Yes, it is. This is TradingView. Jeff, what's up, man? Kyle, what's up? Bro woke up extra early to get up. Yeah, he, I don't know. I wish he'd just stop that crap, man. It's frustrating. Unnecessary. So level at 24,800 on Bookmap. 24,860, 24,850, those are some key levels. You think NY price action gonna make a big sweep? We'll see. You're talking about like level 2 data, Victor? I have live data feeds through here, but I use Bookmap, so I get level 2 data through this. How you feel about Lucid 25Ks? I think the 50Ks are the way to go. Just gives you a little more runway. But it just depends on your trading style. I really like Lucid, man, especially the flex accounts. What's your honest opinion about Apex? I love them. I've never had an issue with Apex. Even before I was affiliated with them, I was trading with them, and I never had a problem. I was getting payouts, never had them. I've been denied, I think, 2 times, 1 or 2 times. I think it was 2 times. It might have been 1 time on 2 different accounts, but it was because I violated the MAU rule, and I think they've done away with that rule now, but I knew it was going to get denied, or I had a feeling that it was. Yeah, Apex 100. Passed my challenge yesterday. Nice. For physiology or psychology? I think you meant psychology. Yeah, I think there's a couple of good books. I posted a video about that, and then I tagged a bunch of books in there that I think are just good all-around books for getting yourself kind of squared away mentally. One of the best ones is called The Best Loser Wins. Should definitely check that out. I think his name is Tom Hogar. How do you approach a day when there's multiple news events? Usually with FOMC, there's kind of some herky-jerky price action from my experience leading up to it. So just be very selective, which I already am on a daily basis. I try to be very selective. But you got to be very careful. I usually keep a tight stop. Not afraid to re-enter a trade. Just, patience. Patience is the key. Yeah, I took several trades yesterday, Aaron. 4,100 is what we ended up doing. I was torn last night because I'm eligible for another Lucid payout, but it was only like, I think $750 per account. And I'm like, do I take that and then have to trade for another 5 days to get another payout? Or do I just run it up? Decided just to let it run up, leave the buffer in there just in case. Why wouldn't you take it? Because then I'll have to trade for another 5 days before a payout when I could just wait and trade like 2 more days and get a max payout instead of shorting myself over half the amount. And I leave a little bit more buffer in there in case there's extra volatility towards the end of the week. So for Apex, you have to wait 5 days to get a payout? Yeah, every 5 days. What is the max payout? It's 50% of whatever your account balance is at a max of 2K. So basically 2K per account. That's on Lucid. Lucid, I was referring to Lucid. Hey, Christian, been a bit, took a break. Once conflict with Iran ramped up, but hopping back in today. There you go, Coop. Good to have you, man. The red folder at 8:45 and 9:30. I know there's red folder, but you think they'll have high impact. The PPI happened at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. We have FOMC is the next news event that happens at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. I'm not anticipating a rate cut or an increase either, so I don't know how impactful that'll be. We'll see what Jerome Powell has to say. Opinion on Tradeify instant funded? I don't think it's worth. I mean, that's kind of up to you. I personally don't think it's worth paying that money when I can just buy an eval and pass it in a couple days. There's no hurry. I'm not in a rush. Off the top of my head, I don't, man. I can definitely look some up though. You struggling? I did join in on the fun little sell-off, and then I got greedy and tried to take more than I needed to take. I was up 300, and then I re-entered and had a really tight stop. I'm still up like $70, but gave back some of the profits. Unfortunately, it's okay though. No biggie. On the tube on the Red app, if I start saying other names of platforms, I get a warning from TikTok. So it's the U. It's the same username, ChristianTrades Live. May consolidate all day from here. I knew it would drop earlier. I knew it had a pending entry. What rules did you break? I'm new to trading, so when the market opens and closes, technically you can still trade right. So with futures, it closes from 5 p.m. Eastern time to 6 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. And then it's closed Saturday, and then it reopens Sunday at 6 p.m. No, this isn't Forex. No risk. This is NASDAQ futures. Looking like Irish? I am not Irish. I'm not. Sub-Saharan African, man. Dude, what messes me up so much is when the liquidity receipt happens during New York pre-market. Can be tricky. No, I'm not really. I'm German and Scottish and some other stuff. You live in the U.S.? I do. Yeah. I do indeed. Yo. What up? Trump was tweeting. That's what caused it today. He tweeted, I'll read you exactly what he said. I wonder what would happen. This is a Trump tweet. I wonder what would happen if we finished off what's left of the Iranian terror state and let the countries that use it, we don't, be responsible for the so-called strait. That would get some of our non-responsive, quote-unquote, allies in gear and fast. And then, as you saw, the market said, whoop. Oil went, whoop. I'm from Norway, big up. Norway's beautiful, man. Verse of the day. The tax hate, yeah, that would suck. It's taking forever to load. Verse of the day, Romans 15:13. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Amen. What's up with all these pre-market moves? Like I said, most of this, or at least the beginning of this, was Trump talking about the Strait of Hormuz. And then you had PPI at 8:30. What up? Are you waiting on New York to open? Yes, I am, Christopher. It is a great verse. What was that one more time, the verse? Romans, what was it? Romans 15:13. May the God of hope, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Nando, what up? FX, what up? One more time. Romans 15:13. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. I took a couple trades yesterday. Took several, 2 or 3. I was up 300, got greedy around this point right here. Basically jumped in like right here, and I had my stop. I got stopped out, so I'm still up like $70 per account. But it is what it is. I'm not upset about it. Plenty of other opportunities. You gonna trade today? I am. If I see a setup. You lost yesterday? I did not. I made $4,100. You from the 910? Close. Originally from the 919. Currently living in Chapel Hill. Who was in oil? Yeah, it was spiking, dude. I got it pulled up here on the iPad next to me, keeping an eye on it. Some light, yeah. How many accounts do you copy trade? That was across 13 fundeds, 5 Tradeify, 5 Lucid, and 3 TPT. Still have a bunch of Apex evals that I need to pass, and I also have a Alpha Futures eval that I need to pass. Chris, you've been in here so many times, man. You were in here when I first started doing these live streams, and you're asking if I trade ICT. You know the deal, man. I remember you. I got a memory like a steel trap, man. I've seen you in PJ's Discord, I think, too. I trade ICT with order flow and momentum, heavily leaning into the order flow. You see so many. Yeah. I remember you. Yeah, I think I thought I remembered you from PJ's. Think they turned the big Yahoo into AI? I think so too, man. I think he is gone. I think he gone. Could be wrong though, who knows? Definitely sketchy. Those videos do not look real. Yeah, coffee shop video was definitely sketch. And then the one with Huckabee was sketch. Then there was another one they posted where his ring disappeared. Like he had his ring on his hand and he reached for something and the ring disappeared off his hand. It's like, what's going on here? That coffee shop post, the timestamp on the checkout terminal was from 2024. ATX, what up? It's tanking. You had Trump talking about the Strait of Hormuz. That was what initially set this sell-off, what began the sell-off. And then PPI happened at 8:30 and kind of continued the dump. Four-hour CRT made this dump. Couldn't have been Trump tweeting at the same exact second that price started to dump, right? Are you trading today? Yeah, there's a setup. Yeah, he was talking about like just handing over the Strait of Hormuz to our quote unquote allies, he said. Just yapping. Right now, we just had a bunch of orders come in above us on the book map. So could just be a retrace and then a dump. Or it could be a move to make up some of this dump that we had earlier. United States of Israel. You think this is the ultimate pullback for FOMC and fund rates? You're asking if they're like pricing in. I don't think that they're going to cut. I don't think that they're going to cut rates. I don't think there's going to be a change today, so I don't anticipate FOMC having a huge impact. I could be completely wrong, but from everything that I've gathered, I really would be surprised if they were to make any sort of change. I was going to say something like our monetary policy remains unchanged. What chart on order flow? I use Bookmap. This right here. This is NQ. What up, Eden? No, I'm not trading any of this, Michael. Sounds just like Jerome. Just heard him say it enough, man. How do you read that thing? You gotta have the force, man. The force has to be with you. It is on a vertical monitor, Evan. Yeah, it is. Bullish or bearish today? Sideways. I like it. It's a 32-inch monitor, and I have it on its side, so definitely helps. I'm really excited for your new strategy of full porting Fridays. Yeah, it's very responsible, man. I figured it's just the best way to stay profitable. Got my first payout within a week, 600 valid. Nice, man. Try, is it Leandro? Is that how you say her name? Leandro? Try NQ. See if NQ looks cleaner. Do I know what it means? Not really, but do I know how to read it or what? I can kind of tell you what price is going to do when I see certain numbers on those, but I don't know what they actually mean, if that makes sense, Aaron. Is there a way to get a cheaper free alternative to Bookmap? I've heard that there's a free stream of it on the tube, but I'm not sure exactly what the link is for it. I show it on mine. I stream on there as well. So, and I always have the Bookmap showing. I do not have any good educational videos. The only tips I would say is if you're having problems with NQ, check out MNQ. It looks a lot cleaner. And just don't overcomplicate it. The more simplistic, the better. It's not that complicated. It looks like it at first. It feels very different, but the more you watch it, and the more you pay attention to how price moves, you'll understand it's really not that complicated. What's up, Matthew? Rips is pretty decent, but his chart looks so wonky. Yeah, I don't know how. I think he's got a different feed, a different data feed. I like watching him. He's fun to watch. I think he's the only streamer that I really will watch. I didn't watch him today, but usually I'll pop in there in the mornings. You tried my funded futures? I have in the past. I don't use them currently. Yeah, if you can find somebody to just basically show you how to interpret what you're seeing, you can kind of take that and implement it in whatever strategy it is that you trade. Caught the whole ride down? Nice, man. I caught part of it and then I gave some money back because I got greedy and got back in on a pullback, and it pulled back further than I anticipated. How's Lazarus? He's good. His spa day is this Friday. Every Friday he gets watered and taken care of. Oh man, yeah. Well, what firm was it with, Michael? There you go. Glad that helped, man. Lucid. Yeah, it depends on which account type you're trading with. It's at least a 2-day consistency. I use the flex accounts. So yeah, it's a 2-day consistency for the flex accounts. Can't make more than 1,500 in a day. Yeah, 1,500 is the max. Lazarus could be AI. You and him are the only two streamers I try to catch. Globex or super early streams. He's good for scalping insight for sure. Yeah, he's so calm and collected, man. I feel like I emphasize this all the time, but I don't think it can be emphasized enough, is how important the psychology is to trading. I have a live account, Eden. I have one with AMP. I was trading it a lot. Here's market open. I was trading it a lot last year and then stopped in January because I was getting cooked on my prop firm accounts, so I just haven't gone back to it yet. This line I have right here is 50% of the previous day candle, so interesting that we turned around right here. NQ1 is a continuous contract, I believe. Would I ever go back to law school? I'm in undergrad right now, Ricky. I'm in my second semester of junior year. She got punished for being greedy. I hate that for you, bro. 1 hour order block right there where we turned around. A couple of different confluences there. You can zoom in and out, kind of expand and contract until you get it to a point. I mean, obviously that was market open, so it's going to be pretty aggressive right there, but you might be zoomed in too far. Is this your first degree? It is. I have my associates, but this will be my first bachelor's degree. Have a good day, man. How's the semester treating you? It's pretty good. Cannot complain. I got one class that's mildly difficult, but the rest of it's going pretty well. Are 245 news affecting market even if it's CAD? No, I don't pay attention to Canadian news. USD only. US news only. Why'd you wait to get your bachelor's degree? I was preoccupied with other things, man. I was, as my dad would say, majoring on the minor. I was partying and having fun and working blue collar jobs. How's the market looking? Well, we had that big sell-off pre-market, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out here. I'm going to stay patient and sit on my hands until something's very clear. We have FOMC today at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern time, so it could lead to some wonky price action leading up to that, although I don't anticipate a rate cut, so I'm not sure how much of an effect it'll actually have. Yeah, learning to dismiss a loss and just think of it as price of the game, not a personal failure. Dude, that's huge, Coop. I struggle with that even to this day, man. I don't know if I even, maybe personal failure is a good way to put it. It's just like doubt. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I knew better than that. Most of my losses don't come from me or poorly analyzing price. It comes from me being too trigger happy and too greedy, knowing that I'm taking a risk that I shouldn't take. Yeah, I got you, Evan. Appreciate you asking nicely, man. The reason I'm hesitant to trust these longs here is I'm watching oil, and oil looks like it wants to pump. It's sitting at 97.8 right now, but it definitely looks like market structure-wise it could potentially pump here, which would in turn, if patterns repeat, NQ dumps when oil pumps. So I'm going to just keep my powder dry here. You're in MCL? You long, Gabs? I'm watching it right here. We're tapping back into that almost like a BPR right there near the SMA. You like that, Cam? Always be graceful to yourself and don't overlook mistakes for sure. Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's exactly why journaling is so important. In and out. Yep, just went in short quickly. Got some orders here in the 60s. We could potentially be getting ready to make a strong move too. It's rejecting right off that 60 level. It's a bunch of orders up there in the 60s. No, I do not have candlesticks on. I have, if you go to right click on one of the volume dots and go to volume dot settings, I have total volume on instead of volume delta. Try that, see if that makes it different. I can't remember what else I changed. Those are liquidity. Those are levels of liquidity. There's a bunch of orders stacked up right there. That's what that is. That's what those red lines are. Doing an aggressive cut in trading. Any advice? Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, man. Plenty of water and plenty of sleep. Are you using diuretics? None. That's probably a good thing. Definitely still make sure you're drinking plenty of water, though. Is this NQ? It is. So since there isn't much colored below, do you think we are bullish? That's what you would typically think from that, Kenny. That's a good analysis. That's typically how I would analyze that. I'm also keeping a close eye on oil here, though, because if you were to, here, I'll bounce over to oil real quick. Oil to me looks like it wants to pump right here, which when oil pumps, NQ usually dumps. So that's why I'm not leaning too heavily into longs at this moment. It'll take a little time, Evan. It took me like a year to really start having confidence in taking trades with relying a lot on Bookmap. So just be patient with it and give it time. You'll get there, though. What I would recommend also is spending a lot of time not looking for a trade, like not trying to take a trade, but just sitting here watching Bookmap while you're also watching TradingView, just learning what you're seeing. And price behaves differently on different days, as you know, but I'm saying like on Bookmap, you'll have days where you'll have these major liquidity levels and price will go right up to them and not even touch them and just go completely in the opposite direction. And you'll have other days where those levels are completely magnetic. Well, price will just go right to those huge levels of liquidity, absorb them, and keep going, creating momentum higher. Those are the days where I do the best, and that's why I start watching Bookmap pretty early in the morning to see how is it going to behave today. Because if it's one of those days where we're just not getting the absorption and creating the momentum like I like, I know for myself personally, it's definitely a day where I could either lower my risk or just avoid it altogether and not take a trade. So there's certain things you'll learn like that over time from watching. How far were you into trading before you switched over? I didn't start trading personal capital until last year, and that probably was a little soon. I got cooked. I started with personal capital with Forex. Definitely don't do that. I got cooked. Lost way more money than I needed to. But after trading futures and trading with prop firms, it was second quarter of last year that I opened a personal capital account. And that, to me, that was too early. I think you need to wait longer than that. Last year was the year where I really started making significant profits. So I think I should have allowed that to kind of more time to go by before I jumped straight into personal capital. Yeah, this is the 5 minute. Oh, you meant prop firms? I've never traded a live. I've never been moved to a live prop firm account. I've blown the accounts before I've gotten there. I think the most I've taken, I took 5 payouts on a couple of my Apex accounts and then blew those and started over. I think these Lucid accounts will be the first accounts that I get moved to live with. How different is it from prop firms? I mean, it's your money, man. So it's like it's it's a little bit. It takes some getting used to in terms of your psychology. When you got thousands of dollars of your own money right there, and you could literally blow it all in 2 seconds, it's a different feeling. A lot of people can't handle it. You're confused. So with prop firms, the way that it works is you pass an eval, you get moved to a funded account. If you take enough payouts on a funded account, they move you to a live account. Usually it's like 6 or 7 payouts, but it's totally dependent on the firm. You have a question about Lucid? Ask away. Where do I watch Bookmap? I watch it on, I download the software and I pay for it. Oil's starting to pump a little bit here. I swear it wants to pump. It's jumped 50 cents in the last 30 seconds. We'll drop to the 1 minute right here. See what we can see. Yeah, it's starting to pump. It just swept the previous high, the previous swing high. So let's see if it yeah, it's gonna keep going. Is there a 40% consistency rule based on the 2K profit target on the 50K Pro? I don't trade the Pro, so let me go look. Well, hang on a second. I want to see if I can potentially take a trade here. If you go to their website, you can go just go to lucid.com and scroll down to their accounts, and it'll tell you right there if there's a consistency rule. I don't think it's a 2K profit target on the pros, it's a 3K. And I think there is a 40% consistency rule. Or there's either no consistency rule on the pro and eval, and there's 40% consistency in funded, something like that. I know there's no consistency on the flex funded accounts, which is why I trade those. In the funded phase, I'm saying. Flex, Lucid Flex. Do you use Apex? I do. I have a bunch of their evals right now. You can have 20 fundeds on Apex. This is NQ. Strong pump there. Wow. Anybody just take that? Every 5, you got to have 5 trading days on the 50K accounts that are $150 or more. They don't have to be consecutive. That's how loose it is. There's no time limit. Oil's kind of just stalled right here at 97.60-ish in that area. What is Bookmap? It's what you see on your screen there on the left, all those colors. Correct, Nicole, correct. But it's not guaranteed. Like that pump that we just had, oil was basically just staying in the same spot. So that was basically just a liquidity grab right there, but bounced right off the VWAP there at 24,995 and pushed right back down. Now oil's starting to pump back up into the high 80s. Was in the 60s. Now it's in 97.80, 97.99. So this should dump a little bit right here, I would imagine, in just a second. Little pullback there on oil. We'll see what happens. Not yet, Nathan. Yeah, it is, Michael. It makes it like, it distorts your view of money at some point. It's weird. How do you ever go back to working a 9-to-5 job after this? You know what I mean? It's like, how can you really do it? You go crazy. It's happening 1 minute, fair value gap for support, and then going to come back up or further down for support. I'm not sure, man. I'm just waiting. The order book is acting wonky right now. People are yanking. People are flashing orders all over the place here and trying to get price to move. They're like, it's like that meme, the kid poking something with a stick. Yo, what up, Fitty? How's your week going so far? Any goals you've accomplished? Man, I have stuck to my rules. I've been trading very well. I have been getting good sleep. I've been practicing very disciplined behavior off the charts and on the charts. The extent of my non-discipline was I had a pizza yesterday, and I usually don't do that on weekdays. I only do that on the weekends. But if that's the extent of my negative behavior, I'm very, very happy. It wasn't a big pizza. It was a little guy. Sleep schedule. That's the easiest for me. I'm serious about my sleep. I'm serious about it. I'm in bed by 9, asleep by 10. Up at 6 at the latest. Today I was up at 4:30. This acts like it wants to dump. 902, there's a big set of orders down here. It's just a random level. 902.50. Kind of random. It's the bottom of this wick, this news wick from 8:30. That would be my target for a short here. Also orders at 2,500, right above this previous high. News at 10. No. No red folder. No red folder or orange folder at 10. The next news is at 2 o'clock. FOMC at 2. Are you liking longs? I'm not liking anything at the moment. I would think short here, but I'm still watching oil. Oil is trickling higher here. We're trading just shy of $100 a barrel. We're at $98 a barrel right now. So if that starts pumping aggressively, I'm definitely going to look for a short. Come on. If it's yellow folder, I'm not that worried about it. Here's a potential dump coming. As soon as that happens, oil starts to go down. Trade below 98 now, push back up. It's just a little unpredictable at the moment. Took a short at 2,500. That's a nice trade. That's a very nice trade. What's your TP? Are you stupid for shorting? I don't think you're stupid. I can see the justification. I definitely am eyeballing a short too. I'm just not willing to risk my money on it because I'm not convinced enough yet. I want to be really convinced. There's enough times where I feel very confident in a trade, so I don't feel the need to take it when I'm not feeling that level of confidence. TP at 911 lows. You're down 948. Eesh. Call it a day, Reem. Don't force it, man. Big level there at 925. We're looking like we could potentially absorb those down there. If this breaks loose, if this breaks below this 35 level, 935 level, I think it nails those 25. Yeah, here we go. Pull back off of that 30 level. Big stack of orders there at 925. Oil's bouncing off the SMA right now. It's just wonky, man. That's why I'm not in a trade. 24,920. Okay. 920 would be a really good level. That would 922.25 is the midpoint of yesterday's candle, so another day, another scared price. As soon as you started trading, Matthew, price got scared. It heard about you. All the investors got cold feet, man. Got TP at 920 at those lows on MNQ. What's your sizing? And what was your entry? Can't pass eval is your name. It's funny. He can feel my potential. It senses the force. I watched Star Wars last night, if you can't tell. It's such a nostalgic series for me. I don't know why. That and Lord of the Rings. I've now made 2 mistakes in a row. I need to pay more attention to the market. I'd call it a day, man. If you made 2 mistakes today, there's no harm in just saying, hey, I'm not on my game today. I'll come back tomorrow. You were born on a Star Wars day? May the 4th? Dude, I can't get the Dune movies. Last weekend, I tried to watch them again. I tried to watch the first one. I think I have such bad ADD. I think that TikTok and social media in general has completely screwed up my attention span. I'll get like 15 minutes into Dune and I'm like, all right, where's my phone? I don't know. I can't get into it. I've watched the first Dune movie like 4 times now. I could not tell you what that movie's about. I've watched Limitless. That is a good movie. Could have been better, but I definitely think it's a good one. Oh, you didn't trade it? Okay, I thought you said you made 2 trading mistakes. It's so tough, man. I like it, and it's so bad. Like I got to put my phone somewhere else. It's not even scrolling. Like I'll go like be looking at cars and looking at real estate and just random crap. That's a good rule. That's a good rule, Dean. Why is your VWAP on Bookmap different? Good question. I have my VWAP on Bookmap anchored to the 6 p.m. open from like the actual market open when it opens at 6 p.m. Do you think taking shorts around 24,960-ish on a pullback is a good setup? I'd just be patient, man. None of this is clear. I mean, look at the Bookmap right now. If you can tell me where price is going, I'll give you a cookie. Like, this is dead. Sick Rips, what's up, man? How was it linking up with BJ? It was fun. We had a good time. We had a really good time. I'd go with Lucid, Ben. I'd go with Lucid between those two. It's feeling like a chosen one. Good psychology. It's funny you asked that. I know you're being a little bit funny with that question, but I do think that you have to have a level of delusion and confidence that does benefit you with trading. Because if you have the opposite, it's definitely you're gonna notice you're gonna shit the bed, for lack of a better term. Yeah, it was fun. Sick rips. It was fun. That 488 that's a cool car, man. It's comfortable. You know, a lot of cars like that. I don't know how many of those like supercars or exotics you've been, but I've had the privilege of riding a good amount of them, and definitely one of the more comfortable ones that I've been in. I could see comfortably daily driving that if you didn't mind putting the miles on it. I learned to enjoy to ish the bed. Maintenance on them are hell. Yeah, Ferrari 488. I've heard pretty good things about their reliability. Are you talking about just paying for the maintenance? I have it on the regular sensitivity, whatever that setting was called. Where is it? Standard. Just to see my drawings. Okay. This is the 1 hour. Oh, shoot. This is the 1 hour. This marking here is just the previous day candle, the high, the mid, and the low of the previous day. Don't you got an M5? I do. I do a little modest little M5, black on black. About to get rid of it though. Two-tone Pinto. It's a 14, Nicole. F10. And you wanted to see the 15 too, is that what you said? Here's a 15. It acts like it wants to dump and then it just gives these pullbacks. Oil's dropping back into the 97 area. Trading below the SMA right now. Get a C8 ZR1. I saw those. PJ and I saw one of those at the when we were at that car show. I feel like they're too common, man. Obviously the ZR1s aren't, but if I'm going to spend ZR1 money, I'm going to get something else. I haven't taken a trade since the market's been open. I took 2 pre-market trades. I was up 300 and then I gave part of it back. I'm up 70 still. The C7 ZR1's better. I do like those C7s, man. I do like the C7s. Hit my TP for short. I said I was glad it took me out because we just went up. Yeah, that was a good TP. That was definitely a good TP. You were spot on with it. You like that orange, Kyle? My brother had one. He had a Z06 C7 in what they called Sebring orange. It was sick. The hardtop convertibles and those things, I like that. I wish that the Huracan Evo Spiders, I wish that those were hardtop convertibles. I hate the look of that soft top. Is it bad to only trade SPY? Well, SPX is, when you say SPX, people are going to think you're talking about options. So if you're talking about futures, you're talking about ES. I don't think it's bad to only trade that. I think that's a great instrument to trade, man. Mid 46 beans, might call it. Yeah, I wouldn't get involved in a trade in this until we get clear direction. Just chop fest. This is what I was worried about with that big dump. Get a La Ferrari? Yeah, okay. I ain't got that kind of money, man. 72 Stingray, that's sick. Yeah, that was a nice trade. That was a nice trade, man. That was a good entry too. You said you were in at like 2,500, weren't you? Get a McLaren. I do like those 720Ss, but I don't know, man. Those Evos, Huracan Evo, or even the Aventador, if you get an older one. Ideally, an Aventador Roadster with, you know, like a 15 or a 16. Just can't find them right now. Not ones that haven't been screwed with. I hate it when people do aftermarket stuff to those cars. The only thing you really need to do to it is if you're going to do something, put an exhaust on it, Gentani or something. Why not an A12? That's up there in price, man. It's a different. You're talking more expensive. You can have almost 2 Evos for the price of a 412 or an 812. Breaking: Trump issues 60-day wait for the Jones Act to curb oil prices. It is going down. It's back to where it was at market open. So let's see if that does have an effect here. What's my bias for today? I don't really have one. I don't typically do biases, man. A12 base is 400. Yeah, Evo's like sub 300 though, or right around it. You can get I was looking at a Aventador last night, 2016. It has not that many miles on it. They were asking like 340 for it. How do you make sure when to enter? Well, it depends on what kind of trading you're doing. If you're doing supply and demand or ICT or whatever you're doing. For me, I've been relying more on order flow. So I've been trading what they call the pitch and what is called by a guy named Rips the pitch and catch method. So I look for a strong move in a certain direction, like we're getting kind of a push here to the highs. A lot of liquidity above us here. VWAP is just above where we just rejected. But I look for a pullback to a clear level where maybe where the breakout happened or where we've consolidated previously. That's where I usually take my entries, targeting higher levels of liquidity. But that plan doesn't work well in a market like this where price is just bouncing. It's not moving, you know, in one direction. That's why I'm not taking a trade. Buy TJR's car. Good on that. Not gonna buy a freaking Koenigsegg. No, I wasn't rented. He was screwing with people with that. I know where he got that car. Then I'm pushed straight back down here into the 50s. This is just not ideal. Oil's sitting right around 97.60 right now still. Yeah, if you're using ICT, I mean, what ICT model do you like to trade? My personal favorite is the Unicorn. So if you're trading that, the entry you look for is a tap back into the breaker or a tap back into the fair value gap inside of the breaker. I haven't taken any trades since the market opened. I did take a couple pre-markets on this short. I took 2 trades. I took one initially, made about 300, and then I gave some of it back. Tried to get in on another one and got stopped out on a pullback. Had my stops pretty tight. We're still up $70 though. But that might be that might be all I get today. Nasdaq's gonna fall down 24,866. As long as it's green, yeah. Did you really, Everett? Did it mess you up? Somebody just gave him butterflies. No, it was stupid. I posted that old picture from when I was like 14 at military school and somebody made a funny comment. How long you been trading? About 5 years. And how long in the green numbers? I really started doing well this past year. I was making good money for the first time this past year. Before that, I was break even, and before that, I was bleeding money. Not bleeding, but I was not doing well. You have MEPS this week. Oh boy, what a time to be going in. You're gonna have fun, man. Enjoy it. I didn't serve, but I have a lot of friends that did, and they all seem to really have enjoyed it. So 12 figures liquid. No. That's better than the scenarios I've had, Everett. Consider yourself very fortunate. I've blown fundeds that were ready for payouts with that kind of BS. Do you have trading group buddies? Not really. I mean, you're talking about like people that I trade with? No. I have some family members that trade. Yeah, man, what's up? Just absorb that big stack of orders that I had marked out right here. Is the weather warming up over there? Moscow? Basically, I took a trade earlier on XFA. I kind of swing catching a big move, tried catching high of the week, sticking to one trade a day because I treated it like a business, right? And I took a loss of 400. It's getting nice over there. Nice, man. It was here, and then it stormed really bad, and then now it's cold again. It was like 30 degrees this morning, 32 right now, man. So you're struggling with a $400 loss, LARP? Missed out on 6K, and it's really bad in me. That's one of those situations where I would highly recommend hopping off and going for a walk, because if you're gonna have a hard time getting that out of your head unless you just go get some fresh air and step away from the charts. Maybe for the rest of the day. Honestly, with this price action, I would say for the rest of the day, because I know what you mean. That when you're sitting there thinking about, dang, if I hadn't gotten stopped out right there, I would have made X amount of money. That can definitely affect your next trade if you're not careful. So what I would recommend doing is going for a walk, going to work out, getting something good to eat, praying, maybe even take a nap. I don't know what your obligations look like, but I would work out, eat, and take a nap. In that order. It's hotter there in Norway. Yeah, it was up in the 70s. It's supposed to be back up in the 70s and 80s this weekend, but it's 32 here right now. It's the dang them folks messing with the weather again. Yeah, working out for sure. It definitely helps. Do something that's going to feel like a win. And for me personally, that's going for a workout, getting something good to eat. And when I say good, I mean like high protein, real food, not like some junk food. I'm burning up, man. You guys mind if I take my shirt off? What are those areas? You got two lines. That one is this top one is the midpoint from yesterday's candle. And then this one was just a liquidity level that I had marked out. And then you can see price just came right to it, absorbed it, and kind of rejected. Glute spread. You're wild. Reaper, where have you been, man? I don't have an excuse to show off. I don't really look. Nothing to really show off at the moment. Took a long journey to learn order flow. Okay. Shoulder routine. Spam cable lateral raises and dumbbell shoulder press and Smith machine shoulder press. How do you get so tan? I'm a day walker, man. I'm not trying to flex, guys. I can put my shirt back on. It makes you more comfortable. Thoughts on today's inflation report, changing Fed decision? I don't think they're going to change, man. I think you're going to hear Jerome say that their monetary policy is going to remain unchanged. I don't foresee them changing anything. But we'll see. What do I know? I know Trump's riding his butt right now with some of his stuff that he's saying, calling him Jerome Too Late Powell and all this kind of stuff this morning. Lazarus wanted me to ask. What did he want you to ask? Yeah, order flow is definitely key, man. Looking lean this morning. Appreciate that. For a pec flash. You guys are wild. Thinking about moving out from Russia seems like a favorable decision to make. Where are you thinking? Oil's pumping back up to 98.36 right now. Jokes aside, are you planning on doing any competitions? No. Only with myself. It's the only person I compete with. Trying to be better than who I was yesterday, man. Walk time? Yeah, take a walk. There are a lot of orders underneath us. Some English-speaking country, Spain, because I know some Spanish. You lost your funded accounts? Not today, no. That was probably an old video you saw too, JR. That was January, probably. Yeah, I've heard Spain's nice. They are having some issues, I've heard recently, with some things. Heard Poland's nice. I don't know where I would go if I wasn't in the US. Somewhere where they don't steal all your money. Yeah, I can imagine. Krakow? I don't know that I've ever even heard of that. Yeah, that was an old video, JR. Old video. We've recovered since then. Big city in Poland. Okay. Guess I should have known that. I don't think there'll be another setup until news. Volume's really slow. There's a bunch of orders down to the 60s and then into the 50s, but we'll see. Thailand's a really popular move too. I can see why. Gas is $10 a gallon in Norway. Holy cow. Peptides? I don't take any peptides. I've heard good things though. Norway, $10 a gallon. That's crazy. Who do you guys get your oil from? Or who do you get your gas from? Lived in Sweden for 16 years. I've heard good things about Sweden. BS price action, I agree. Yeah, it was a rough day, JR. That was rough, man. Raise your vest that matches your chair. Hanging in my closet. Has the highest crime rate at the moment. Wonder what could be causing that. How long did it take you to get that body? I was born with it, man. I was born into this body. That's a smart ass answer, I'm sorry. I've been working out started working out when I was like 14, but I stopped for a long time when I was drinking a lot. And I started back, the day that I started back was January 6th of 2022. So I've been working out virtually every day since then. Very, very good genetics, yeah. Things you can say to a guy, but not to a girl. Depends on how you look, Mandy. I think some guys can get away with it, other guys cannot. Here's a dump into those 60s aggressively. Order stacked up down to 24,860 right now. Then there's a gap, and then there's another set of orders at 850. He has like 7 brothers who are all like 6 foot. Yeah. This is true. There's that 850 level. Nudged it a little bit. Saying nice beard to a girl. You want to get as big as me? You got to eat a lot, man. It's not easy to do. Eat a ton. Done for the day. Shorted from 24,971 down to 24,866. That's a good trade. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Why does that name sound familiar? The name sounds super familiar, Everett. $1,224 orders just got stacked up at 24,847.50. 1,500 orders. 1,500 sell orders at 47. Right there. 1,550 orders. 1,546 orders. How many grams of protein do you eat per day? Right now, about 270. Arthur, your message got retracted. All right, Evan. Take care, man. Have a good day. Other YouTube videos to watch? The ICT 2022 Mentorship is a decent series to watch if you are wanting to learn ICT strategies. Going back to bed, that's a good short right there, man. Enjoy. Quit telling people ICT. It's a good place to start. There's 1,500 orders sitting up there at 47. I have a hard time believing that those are going to get left. Hit TP, very nice. It's a canon event, isn't that the right term? You do whatever works for you. Up 230 for the day, very nice. I could see a quick move back up real quick to take these 1,500 orders. I have a really hard time seeing the market leave that behind. Pass third funded, boom. There you go. $1,300 just got moved down to 40. This guy's playing games. I don't blame you, Devin. Have a good day, man. Congratulations. I think that as soon as you see price get close to this 24,840, I bet this guy yanks those orders. Let's see if he yanks them. Right at that line that I have there, 24,840. 24,840.5. There are some benefits to that, yeah. Trading macros. He's got his orders sitting there. He might be wanting to get in on this. There might know something that I don't. He's got 1,300 sell orders stacked right there. They haven't gotten taken yet. You take trade there. You just got absorbed. 1,300 sell orders right there. That's a lot of freaking orders that somebody just had sitting there. That's wild. Somebody just added another 329, the same exact level, 330. Just got absorbed right there. A lot of sellers right there. That is crazy. Over 1,600 orders just got taken. Sell orders right there at that level. Watching it on Bookmap. Correct, JR. Yeah, if you blow up funded, you buy another eval and pass it. And once you pass it, they convert it to a funded account. Does it help you? Absolutely. Yeah, it's a huge benefit. The wick before the dip. That's so frustrating. Is Bookmap free? No, it's not. You think it's going to keep dumping? I don't know, man. We just had a bunch of orders come in higher. It's crazy that we had the sellers opening those. I think they were opening those positions. I don't know that they were getting out. There you go. Nice trade. I didn't take the trade since PA was bad. I was looking for shorts, but it's all right. Yeah, it's okay. No biggie. When is the bodybuilding competition? No competitions for me, man. None for me. I think I'm gonna call it a day. I don't blame you there. Yeah, if you're up 500, call it a day, man. Oh boy. Is there more buyers than sellers? It's mixed right now, man. The CBD says negative 7,000, but it's mixed right now in the order book. Well, you used to see that Bookmap. Do you invest at all? Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely worth checking it out, Nicole. Huge help. I wouldn't trade without it. Whew. That 4:30 wake up starting to catch up to me. Held shorts from 24.942 while I made some burritos. Now I'm done for the day. Very nice, man. Did you take a trade? I did pre-market. I haven't traded since. I'm waiting. Next big stack of orders. It's down here at 810. Basically the base of that, and then another one at 800. And then 24,777. Basically that 80 mark. Keep an eye on it. Get you Friday. Hey, I'll be back Thursday as well because I have spring break this week, Ballas. So I'll be live tomorrow. Have a good one though if I don't see you. All right, man. Have a good day. What's the current CBD on ES? Plus 5,000, plus 5,300. Oh, come on, price. You feeling shorter? Well, I'm not feeling anything at the moment. Oil's lulling right here in the 98 range. Bouncing off the SMA at the moment. Now it's trading slightly under it. Feeling a nap is what I'm feeling. Had no idea there was a spread on stocks and Forex. Yeah. Yep. There's not on futures. I mean, you have a commission that you pay per contract, but swap machine or something. I think they're both. I mean, they both have benefits. They both have their benefits. Excuse me. It's that chicken and rice this morning talking to me. It's all right, Dakota. Take the day off, man. 200's not that bad. Yeah, Hugo. I took 2 pre-market. Haven't taken one since the market opened. Was up 300. Gave a little bit of a back. Still up $70. 70.50. 71.50. Why can't I pass the Evo? I'm having a lot of green days. Your losers are bigger than your winners. You're cutting your winners short and letting your losers run. You do the opposite. probably going to sit it out. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's not a bad idea. I don't think they're going to make a rate cut, so I don't think it's going to have much of an effect, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I need a nap. In shorts right now. What are your confluences for that? You play any games? Like what? Like video games? Play Escape from Tarkov and a little bit of Battlefield. I haven't really been enjoying playing anything recently though, so I haven't been playing that much. I hope it dumps. You only trade indices, yeah. ES and NQ. CSGO? No. I've played it before, but I'm really not enjoying anything right now, man. I'm not enjoying any games right now, so I haven't really been playing a whole lot of anything. Tarkov a little bit, but I think it's going to keep dumping. I don't know. I have no clue what this wants to do. I think if we get a spike in oil here that it will, but oil is just hanging around the 98 level. You ever trade crude? No, I watch it, but I don't trade it. You'll get a spike. We'll see. I'm trading right at 98.36 right now. I think if it trades above 100 here, we'll see. NQ dump. Markets seem to be waiting on Powell. I don't know, man, because I just don't. Look at the VIX. VIX shot back up from this morning. There's not going to be a rate cut, so I don't think. I don't know. I don't see it happening. I don't see there being much of a change. Do you trade, bro? No, I don't. Why do you do that? Curious to see what he has to say about the war. What I need to see to take another trade: volume increase and clear direction. Right now we're just lulling and the volume's low. I know about 30 other Luis Sanchez. Is Secret Lab chair worth the money? I like it. I'm a big guy, so a lot of chairs are too narrow and small. I got the XL or the XXL chair or whatever, and it's perfect. The bolsters aren't too narrow. It's comfortable, very adjustable. Is this gold now? NQ. How much do you have to make to pass the evaluation? Depends on the evaluation size, the account size that you get. I've traded mostly 50K accounts. So typically the profit target is $3,000. And depending on the firm, you can't do that all at once. You have to spread it out over a couple of days. Ren's traded for the first time ever today. Should have just taken your advice and taken the week off, since it is what I'll be doing now, but it feels like I'm in a dangerous state. You'll be good, Kenny. You'll be good. Take the break, man. Take the rest of the week off. Enjoy your weekend. Come back on Monday if you feel like you're in a good mental space, and start fresh, man. Don't dwell on it. Journal it. Learn from it. What I like to do that I think really helps, what helped me a lot was, and this is going to sound kind of kooky, but I like to journal when I'm having really bad days like that, or where I feel like I really did something wrong. I like to journal the way I felt physically, because there's signs that you might not notice unless you really think about it, that will tell you that you're about to do something stupid like that. For me, my ears get hot. My ears get hot. I can feel it. Like my upper body, I can feel gets super hot. And I know if I'm feeling that way, that I need to just shut it down and walk away before I do something really stupid. So that's why I think journaling is also very important, because you can learn things like that about yourself that can save you a lot of heartache in the long run. Handshake, yeah, that can be one of them. Have you taken a trade? Yeah, I took 2 pre-market. Waiting for another one. Do you switch exercises when you plateau on an exercise, regress on a different one? You can do that. Generally, if you're doing progressive overload, you can break through a plateau pretty quickly. Eating, maybe even sometimes taking a break helps. Let your body fully recover. Take a week off or so. Sometimes I've had the craziest gains, especially in my numbers, after taking like a week or 2 off. Yeah, my ears get hot. Yeah, like they turn red. It's weird. What firms have you evaled in? All of them, basically. No, all of them that I trade with. There's some firms that I have never traded with. Funded Next or Tix or whatever it's called. I haven't traded with them. There's one ad that I keep getting, and somebody keep hitting me up for something called Alpha Capital Group or something like that. I haven't ever traded with them. Are you natty? Yeah, right now I am. This is really not ideal price action. Just started my eval on Apex 2 days ago. Yeah, slow and steady, man. No rush. Top arm exercises in your split for what? For triceps or for biceps or forearms or? Seated preacher curls, I would say, for biceps, or supported dumbbell curls. For triceps, I like doing seated overhead, whatever those are, extensions. I like that a lot. I also like single arm extensions for triceps. Skull crushers are good. Thoughts on aggressive trading? Don't recommend it. Slow and steady wins the race, man. Let the base hit stack. Hey, Christian, just want to tell you I took my first $1,000 payout yesterday. Boom. That's sick, dude. That's a good feeling right there. That's big money, man. Congratulations. What if I can't control my emotions and break my rules? Do you think I should take a break? Absolutely. Yeah, walk away and maybe take a couple days off. Need to work on that. I don't mean this in a mean way, because this is something I had to face with myself too, but that's a character issue that you need to work on, because that can manifest in other areas of your life, not just with trading. And I know that from experience. I'm not speaking from I'm not throwing stones over here, saying something that I haven't personally dealt with. It's hard to get a hold of that. But when you start to come to the realization that following your rules and not allowing emotions to dictate your decision making, that you'll actually make a lot of money, it does become easier to do. You'll be less successful giving into those emotions and into the urges to break your rules. You'll be less successful. And once you start to really internalize that and drive it home, it'll allow it to be a little easier to stick to your rules and to not allow emotions to get, involved. It's still going to be a challenge. It's still a challenge for me. I mean, I took that L. I made $300 on my first trade, and I got greedy and got in, wanted more of this trade, and it would have played out. But I had my stop super tight, got stopped out right there. Immediate instinct was, F you to the market. I'm going to throw 2 more contracts on there, and I'm going to get right back in. I fought that urge. I said, that's stupid, man. Just sit back and watch. Don't do that. No reason to do that. So you're still going to have that battle. Even if you get better at controlling it, you're still going to have that initial instinct. Damn, Burger Jack. Appreciate it. No trade. I took 2, juiced. I haven't taken one since market open. The order book just does not look appealing. Like, look at this, the book map here. This is just not ideal. Nothing about this is ideal. There's no volume here. I was worried about that, Jonah. I think I even said that when I first started live, that we had such a dump pre-market that I was worried that we were just going to get some BS price action when it opened. And sure enough, here we sit. You think we push back up? I have no clue, man. Yeah, Forex I don't recommend, man. I started on Forex. Futures is the way to go. Trade ES and NQ. Do not recommend Forex, and I don't recommend trying to trade individual stocks until you have a ton more experience. You stream every day? I do. Yep. Every day, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Have I traded today? Yeah, I took 2 trades. Yeah, man, no problem. How much are you up for the month? Right around 30,000 right now, I think. Yeah, $28,567.82. You probably have to have live data, JR. What are you talking about, expose? Yeah, that London dump was nice. Oil's dumping. As soon as I say that, it starts pulling back up. This is just not ideal. Bunch of liquidity up here into the 80s, but I don't know if it's going to push there or not. QQQ, what's up, man? Full time, yeah. Somebody just tried to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about. I was spreading BS, quote unquote, because I told people they needed to roll their contract over to the new one. I love when people argue with me who just started trading like a month ago. Little kids. Been watching the market since before you were born, and you want to correct me on something like that? It's hilarious. Any trades? Yeah, we took 2 pre-market. Made 300 on the first one, got greedy, head stopped super tight, lost a little bit of it back. We're up 71.50. Haven't taken one since the market opened. Those are both pre-market trades. How do you entertain yourself? Look at that push right there. Just swept that liquidity at 24,900. I'm listening to music in my ear right now. I mean, I'm pretty good at just like chilling. I don't feel the need to click the button. Like a sniper laying in the bush, you know, just waiting for the right time. I don't know what pre-market trades. I think that's definitely a good rule of thumb. However, this dump, when this happened, I use Bookmap, which I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's this right here. And it was just clear as day, push to the downside. Trump had just tweeted something about, you know, giving the Strait of Hormuz to our quote unquote allies or something. It was clear what was about to happen and what was going on. So if we get a situation like that, I'll definitely take a trade. I usually trade from market open at 9:30 until 11, and that's when my cutoff time is typically. So I think that is a good rule of thumb, Brandon. I'm honestly about to jump off this though, because it's 11. I'm not seeing anything that I'm interested in. We could absorb those orders that were just above us there, and now getting a rejection here. Yeah, any profits? $71. We're up $71 times 13 funded accounts. Have a good one, Benjamin. Take care, man. God bless you. How many accounts can you connect? I use TradeSync, so I can have as many accounts as I want. I pay for the unlimited one. How do you do 13? A copy trade with TradeSync? I'm getting off right now, Xander. How much is it monthly for the unlimited plan with TradeSync? It's $150 a month. I'm going to hop off, guys, though. I get off at 11. Here's my time. So appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate all the follows. Appreciate the comments and everything. Lost and kind of very mad at myself. Shouldn't even have traded. It's all right, man. Journal it. Learn from it. Bounce back. Yeah, I do on YouTube as well. Christian Trades Live on YouTube. Love you guys. Appreciate you being here. I'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. per usual. We'll do it all over again. Hope for some better price action. You guys have a good day. Take care. See ya.